Well, here we are. This is the all-new Cannondale Synapse Carbon road bike for the 2025 season. And in this episode, I will give you the buyer's guide for this bike. I will also tell you some likes and dislikes about this bike. And also, I will make a brief comparison between this Cannondale Synapse and the Trek Domani and Canyon Endurace road bikes. So hello friends and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. As I was saying, the new Cannondale Synapse Carbon 5, specifically in this episode road bike, for the 2025 season. So this Cannondale Synapse Carbon 5 has a retail price of $3,600 US. You are also getting a choice of two paint schemes in this instance. So there is this beautiful Phoenix yellow and a very classical black, totally blacked out paint scheme. Nice to see that at this price point of $3,600 US, at least you have two paint schemes to choose from. So let's first answer the question, who is this bike for? So Cannondale Synapse is an absolute legendary platform when it comes to endurance road bikes. So if you like to spend, long days in the saddle and you like to feel a bit more, comfortable and relaxed, specifically these bikes would have, a higher stack and a bit shorter reach than proper all-in race bikes, then definitely, Cannondale Synapse is one of those legendary platforms that is excellent in being an endurance road bike. Also, when it comes to the carbon fiber frame and the fork, Cannondale always incorporates, some of their special sauce magic to absorb a lot of road vibrations through the frame and the carbon fiber fork. So speaking about this frame and the fork, so let's talk about that. So this is the Cannondale's carbon fiber frame and the fork, their standard version of the carbon fiber frame and the fork. It is not the, all singing, dancing Lab 71 carbon fiber frame, which you can also get in this Cannondale Synapse, but then the price goes just crazy high. So this is their standard carbon fiber frame and the fork. Also here, all the cables are internally routed. You have 12mm through axles both front and the back. Also at the back you have this universal derailleur hanger, UDH, which is absolutely excellent because this is probably going to be the standard going into the future for mounting the rear mech, so it's good that the bike is already compatible. Also, when it comes to the bottom bracket, this is the threaded BSA bottom bracket. Again, nice to see, easier to service with your local mechanic, so again, no problems here. And on this carbon fiber frame, I have to mention that you get the Cannondale's new down tube storage on this bike. There is a little hatch. You can put some stuff inside in the down tube. It's a very nice, neat solution. A lot of bike manufacturers are doing this lately, and I think it's very nice because you can put some small tools inside, or you can also put some food inside. Also, I forgot to mention here that when you look at the classical design of this carbon fiber frame and the fork, you see the drop seat stays and a bit curved seat stays at the back. So this is a typical signature of the kind of endurance road bikes, where to absorb a lot of these road vibrations, this is the perfect frame designed to do it. And as I was saying, Cannondale Synapse, usually these kind of frames are designed to absorb a bit more road vibration and make your ride even more comfortable. So generally speaking about this carbon fiber frame and the fork, no special complaints from me. This is a very nicely executed frame and fork. Okay, one thing to mention also here is that Cannondale still offers you a lifetime warranty on their carbon fiber frames, so in the case that there would be some kind of crack or some defect in manufacturing, they will definitely sort it easily. Now moving on to the handlebar and the stem. I'm glad to see that Cannondale is using a very classical design of aluminum handlebar, aluminum stem. Nothing is proprietary here. This is easy to replace in the future if you ever want, easy to adjust your position on the bike. And I'm also glad that they didn't go here anything with highly aerodynamically optimized. because the whole point of this endurance road bike, one of the points should also be to easily service the bike and adjust your position. So this aluminum handlebar stem, perfectly fine. I'm glad they did it. When it comes to the seat post and the saddle, I have to mention here that the saddle included is the Physique saddle. Okay, saddles as a personal preference, you might like this one, you might not, but it's going to be easy to replace. But when it comes to this seat post, I'm not so sure why did Cannondale include aluminum seat post here. It's a bit of a no-no for me, in the sense that if this is an endurance road bike, why not include a nice carbon fiber seat post matched with this carbon fiber frame? It's definitely going to be better in soaking up the road bumps than a classical aluminum seat post. So this is a bit of cutting corners here, in my opinion, and a bit of a dislike. It should have come with the with the carbon fiber seat post as standard. Okay, moving on to the group set on the bike. So in this instance, you are getting the Shimano 105 mechanical group set. So this is a 12-speed mechanical group set from Shimano. So shifters, front mech and the rear mech, everything Shimano 105 mechanical. Also double chain rigs at the front, very good. This is how it should be on an endurance road bike. So this is the 50-34 chaining in the front, paired with this 11-36 cassette at the back. Excellent gear ratios. You definitely won't have any problems of spending long days in the saddle, and definitely no problems in climbing any steep mountains with this 11-36 cassette at the back. The chain, Shimano 105 12-speed chain, and I'm also suggesting you in the future, when you need to replace the chain, definitely stick to 12-speed Shimano chains to be compatible with this Shimano group set. Although this is a mechanical group set, Shimano 105, it's an absolute workhorse and definitely excellent mechanical group set from Shimano. Speaking about the braking system on the bike, Shimano 105 hydraulic disc brakes front and the back. And what I like to see here is that both braking rotors are 160 millimeters, so front and the back. So they didn't put that, ridiculously small 140 millimeters braking rotor at the back. So this is nice. This is what I like to see. And also these are the Shimano's, I believe, RT70 braking rotors. Listen, perfectly fine as it is out of the box. In the future, if you ever destroy these rotors, you can always upgrade, for example, to the Shimano Ultegra braking rotors. It will just give you a bit more heat dissipation and a bit more stopping power, but generally speaking, totally fine hydraulic disc brakes on the 105, Shimano 105 level braking system. Now let's talk about the wheel set on this bike. Definitely Cannondale had to, kind of save somewhere. So Wheelset is a typical example of a very cheap solution that probably in the future you will want to upgrade. So as it is now, the Wheelset consists of the DT Swiss R470 aluminum rims paired with Shimano's hubs. These Shimano hubs, classical Shimano cap and cone bearings inside, cap and cone hubs, and also it's going to be easy to service these hubs. Aluminum rims with aluminum spokes from DT Swiss. The whole wheel set, so front and the back together, I would expect it to be somewhere close to 2 kilograms. And I'm not so sure here, I couldn't see in the technical specifications, is this wheel set, tubeless ready? I'm not so sure. It would be good to check with a Cannondale shop distributor if this is a tubeless ready wheel set. I'm not so sure, but maybe I'm wrong here. And this wheel set of course comes with the Vittoria Zafiro tires, which are 32mm tires front and the back. So definitely a nice air volume in these tires, and definitely on this endurance bike I wouldn't even run anything smaller than 32mm tires. You want this air volume, you want a smoother bike ride, so definitely 32 or even 34mm tires. Also, when it comes to the tire sizing, the frame and the fork can definitely accept 42mm tires wide, but the fork is even wider. You can go 48mm at the front. At the back, it's 42mm. But I don't think anybody is going to be riding these 40mm tires on a road bike. in my opinion, 32 or 34 more than enough for an endurance road bike where, you know, you are spending majority of your time on the road. It's not like you are going some gravel bike riding with this bike, although of course you can if you fit, let's call it, you know, 36mm tires or something like that, no problem. So this wheelset, as I was saying, nothing special here on the heavier side of the aluminum wheelsets, pretty basic, but it's gonna serve you very well for a few years. And then if you are upgrading, probably it's worth thinking of a bit more advanced aluminum wheelsets, let's say from DT Swiss, their wheels, or some other, you know, carbon wheelsets if you really want to splash the money. So generally speaking, when I look at this bike, so Cannondale Synapse Carbon 5 at $3,600 US, what are my kind of likes and dislikes? So definitely in the likes category, I would say that as it comes to the carbon fiber frame and the fork, Cannondale Synapse has always been a very good benchmark when it comes to endurance road bikes. They really know how to make a good endurance road bike with the geometry, with the, you know, layup of the carbon fibers and absorbing the vibrations. So I'm convinced that this newest generation is going to be the same. I like some of the small details that, of course, you have a down tube storage, you have the threaded bottom bracket, it has an UDH rear mech hanger. All this is very nice. Also, I like that it comes with the aluminum handlebar and the stem, separate pieces, easy to service, easy to replace. And this mechanical Shimano 105 group set is perfectly fine in my opinion. Totally excellent, you know, mechanical group set. I'm not so, you know, obsessed with the electronic group sets. It's nice to have, but not mandatory in my opinion. But definitely some of the dislikes would be that this aluminum seat post, I have really no clue why they would bother with aluminum seat post on this bike. Should have been a carbon fiber seat post. And also, I wish that they have, when they were building this wheel set, that they have at least used the full DT Swiss wheel set, so including DT Swiss hubs, you know, classical DT Swiss rims, because they could have done a bit better when it comes to this aluminum wheel set as it is now on the bike. And also, I'm not so sure if this wheel set on the bike is tubeless ready, something to check with your local Cannondale bike dealer. Now, when we speak with this about this price of $3,600 US, we gotta put this into perspective. So if you look at some of the competition, I'll just briefly mention Trek Domani. So Trek Domani SL5 currently on the market, $3,700 US. So a very similar price point, and again, very similar bike build with the carbon fiber frame and the fork, with the Shimano 105 mechanical group set and some basic, I'm guessing here, Bontrager wheels from Trek, again, aluminum wheels. So this is a very, very similar offering. Of course, the kind of the secret sauce of the Trek bikes is their ISO-speed decoupler at the back, where the seat tube can independently move from the top tube and the seat stays. So this is one bike to to definitely consider in this price bracket. But the biggest problem I see for new Cannondale Synapse is the Canyon bikes. So since you can buy the Canyon bikes in US and all around the world, for example, if you look at the Canyon Endurace CF7 Di2 for $3,700 US, full price, although now it is $3,500 US, this is a much more advanced bike than the Cannondale Synapse in the sense that you are getting much better value for your money. So for example, again, carbon fiber frame and the fork here, you are also getting a carbon fiber seat post, but you are getting a Shimano 105 Di2 electronic group set, 12-speed group set, and you are getting a DT Swiss carbon fiber wheels. So it's a huge advancement from the Cannondale Synapse, and currently as it is, sorry, it is the same price as the Cannondale Synapse, but even if you have to pay the full price, it would be $3,700 US, so it's totally worth it. So this is going to be the biggest problem for Cannondale Synapse. How do you compete with the Canyon Endurace, for example, this CF7 Di2? Because anybody who has these $3,700 US, this would be my first, you know, port of call to check this bike and the availability of this bike, because it's so much more value for money with this electronic Shimano 105 Di2 Groupset, carbon fiber wheels from DT Swiss. Again, carbon fiber frame, fork. I think it also comes with the carbon fiber handlebar. So yeah, it is just a bit more advanced offering and a better package than Cannondale Synapse Carbon 5. So all in, very good effort from Cannondale with this Synapse Carbon 5, but I think it's gonna struggle to compete with the Canyon bike. And depending on if you can get some kind of discount on this bike, let's say 10 to 15%, then absolutely you should go for it. As it is now, I believe you should just shortlist this bike as a very, very good offering when it comes to endurance road bike. So this is gonna be it from me for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers.